Seriously, can nobody get the likeness of Christopher Reeve right? I'm talking about Superman. I'm talking about one of the most iconic and beloved characters in the history of film, and so many companies have tried to nail his likeness. Some have been very close, but we've never had that perfect Superman. And so a lot of people were very excited about the fact that JND was going to be doing their version of him. And today we had the full reveal. Now, I've got some good things and I've got some bad things. There are definitely some pros and cons here. And I've also got some things to say about the sculpts. I am going to go on record here and say that I think that JND has some of the best artists on the planet. Whenever they actually do the sculpt, it looks phenomenal. Where I feel like sometimes there's a miss is when it's translated over to silicone. I feel like if they would just focus on the actual sculpt and not do silicone, I think that a lot more people would be on board even more. But today, like I said, we are going to be talking, it's my reaction, it's kind of like a hit or miss to the JND. We are getting a Superman and a Clark Kent, which is very exciting. So without further ado, let's check it out. All right, guys, so here we go. This is the promotional video released today by JND, and this is my reaction to it. So you're obviously going to get a Superman. You're also going to get a Clark Kent. I believe you can buy them individually or together. The suit is sculpted, believe it or not, except for the cape. And here's the likeness. Here's the big reveal right here. I think it is very close to Christopher Reeve. I feel like it's 80–85%, but this right here, the Clark Kent, I think that is phenomenal. I think they captured the quirkiness of him, the awkwardness of him, and it looks just like Superman to me. I think it is phenomenal. Obviously, the two side by side look great. I just feel like the Superman itself could use a little tiny bit of tweaking. Again, it's very close. Again, from certain angles, it looks good. I feel like from certain angles, it doesn't look so good. And again, I've seen a lot of comments that agree with that here today. Again, I want this to be perfect, and I know so many people want it to be perfect, and I feel like it's so close, especially from various angles. Again, from here, I feel like that is very good. Very good. Maybe the hair is a little bit maybe poofy or something. I know I've seen some people already nitpick that, but I feel like the sculpt is so freaking close, but I do think that the Clark Kent sculpt is nearly perfect, nearly perfect. So again, I tip my hat to them. Now, the suit here is sculpted, guys. That is not fabric. That is something new that they're doing. The cape is fabric, but the whole body itself, except for the portrait, obviously that is silicone, but I think that looks great. Obviously, it's got the accurate cape. I think that looks great, but look at that. The cut and sew on Superman himself, excuse me, Clark Kent himself. I just think that looks great. I've already seen some people saying, hey, can we convert this particular one into Superman? Because that portrait is, again, absolutely phenomenal to me. I think it's one of JND's best likenesses to date. But again, I just feel like Superman could maybe use just a little bit of tweaking. I love the cut and sew element on Clark Kent. And I love that they're doing that sculpted fabric. Again, there's line work on it that's incredible. We actually looked at close-ups on Rogues Gallery Live, and we couldn't believe, I still can't believe that it's sculpted, because it absolutely looks like legit fabric. Very cool indeed. I am going to give you guys price points here in just a moment, so definitely stay tuned and we'll get to all of that. But again, it's really cool to be able to see what JND has done here. And again, it goes back to what I said at the beginning, that sometimes I wish that they would just do the polystone head sculpts instead of the silicone, because sometimes I feel like with silicone, things just kind of get lost in translation a little bit. Of course, everybody sees actors and other people differently. So what I see might be very different from what you see. So I just want to put that out there, that again, it's all very subjective. We try to be fair here on the channel, obviously, but again, these are just my opinions. Again, that is sculpted, guys. That is phenomenal. Again, JND artists are some of the best in the world at what they do, and it is clear with this particular thing, because that looks like fabric. It looked like that kind of like that pajama type material, that spandexy material that he used in the late 70s. It's just really good, really good. And again, the fabric cape looks very accurate to me. I like the emblem on the back. I think the colors are correct. I think that everything just looks and screams Christopher Reeve to me. Again, just that portrait could maybe use just a slight bit of tweaking. Again, maybe 80–85% there for me. but I feel like the rest of it's really fun. Obviously, it's got that simplified base, which all of JND has, which is very kind of museum-y. I don't know if museum-y was a word, but anyway, you get the idea. Simplistic. It is, very, very nice, elegant, if you will. The cut and sew, I feel like JND is some of the best cut and sew on the planet. They do a phenomenal job with their tailoring. Everybody that I've ever talked to that's owned a JND piece said the exact same thing. Not every JND owner loves the portraits, but every JND so far that I've talked to has loved the cut and sew, and I feel like this is another great example of that. As you can see, he's got the hat, he's got the overcoat and the suit, tailored to the nines. He looks great. Obviously, there's going to be some fun accessories as well. Got the glasses and the newspaper. Obviously, all of that adds to the storytelling element that JND is trying to do here. And I just think that they do a phenomenal job. Now, the next thing that I'm going to show you, again, kind of proves my point here a little bit. This is the actual sculpt, okay? This is like the clay, the 3D printed or whatever you want to say. Look at that. That is Christopher Reeve 100%. Again, I just feel like sometimes with the silicone, it just loses a little bit of something. So I wish they would just use that, because that right there looks incredible. I know like Queen Studios uses polystone with like a wig hair. Maybe JND can do something like that in the future, because again, from what we just saw to that, it's close. Again, look at that angle. It's close, but I just felt like what we saw just a minute ago looks so much more accurate. And again, it just goes to show you that their artists are right on the money. It's just that the silicone, to me, it just loses a little bit of something, okay? So here we go, price points from what I have today, $2,199 USD for the single sculpt. The dual set is going to be $3,600-ish USD. The ES is $500. ES dual is $450. Q4 of 2024, and it will be shipping worldwide, so that's great news for collectors. Again, the price point is kind of what we were expecting, and it looks like you can buy each individual figure separately, I think. I'm not 100% clear on that. I'm hoping that you can buy just Clark Kent by himself, because I can see a lot of people just wanting him because the sculpt is so good. But again, from top to bottom, I think that this is a big, big hit for JND. Obviously, people love Christopher Reeve. He is iconic. He is legendary. And again, I feel like the sculpt is very, very close here. Not 100% for me, but I still feel like it's one of their best that they've done to date. And that Clark Kent sculpt especially looks absolutely fantastic from JND Studios. So guys, there you have it. What do you guys think? I'm going to turn it over to you. Again, I personally think the Clark Kent looks phenomenal. Could you take the Clark Kent and make him Superman? I don't know, but that portrait looks really good to me. The Superman, I feel like, is close, maybe like 80, 85% there, but it's not 100% for me, whereas the Clark Kent one is really, really good to me. So again, I'm going to go back to where I said, it's like silicone is great, but I feel like sometimes whenever you see whenever they're actually sculpting on the video, like that looks better to me than the silicone. So Queen Studios does the fully sculpted. I think that if JND does that, I think it would turn them up a notch and even put them up higher on the map. I think it's awesome. Again, price points are what they are. These are expensive. They typically sell out. I know especially to the online retailers and things like that. So I don't know. I think that, again, this is a very, very cool piece. I really like that the suit is sculpted. I was really surprised by that. But again, what do you guys think? I feel like it's close. Clark Kent's really, really good. But again, I'm going to turn it over to you. I've been reading a ton of different messages on Facebook today, and I think most people pretty much agree with what I'm saying here. But let me know what your thoughts are, okay? Anyway, thank you guys so very much for checking out the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. That really helps me out here on the channel. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe if you haven't done so. And consider hitting the join button down below for early access to our videos, or consider the super thanks down below. That also really helps us out here tremendously for the Bat Bunker project. So anyway, thank you guys so very much for checking out the video today. Again, thanks for watching. See you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.